it's Mimi here and welcome to Geeklightful. In my last video, I showed you guys how to make this amazing, super yummy Yule log. In this video, I'll show you how to make all of these super cute, super fake Christmas drinks. First, there's this white chocolate, peppermint, eggnog, frappuccino, which doesn't sound really great for a real drink, but it's a very nice inspiration for a Christmas drink decor. If you ever make any of those, make sure that your friend and family knows that you're a crafty little person and that these are not for eating. Next, there's this super cute hot chocolate marshmallow snowman. I actually found this inspiration on Pinterest of people making these as real drinks, but since I have really no talent in real food decorating, I prefer to make them as fake food, and this way I can have them forever. And finally, a nice cookie plate for Santa with the glass of milk, which is spill-proof. And you will also learn how to make these cute cookies that go very nicely in a plate for Santa. So we have a lot on our plate. So have fun, and here we go.
First, you will need some nice glasses and cups. I found all of these at the dollar store. Now let's start with the milkshake. You will need some lightweight white spackling, making sure that you follow the safety precautions. Then mix in a lot of off-white paint to give it an eggnog shade. Then fill in the glass, covering all of the sides and leaving the center empty. Wipe out the excess, then let it dry for at least 12 hours before filling in the center with more spackling. This should help the spackling from cracking. Then let it dry again for about 12 hours. Now insert a big frosting tip inside a Ziploc bag, taping it so it doesn't pop out. And then fill it with some white spackling. Make sure you put a lot of white paint in your spackling because it tends to dry a bluish color. Then make a nice dollop at the center of the glass and let it dry a few hours. This will be the base to hold the rest of the frosting. Then using your white spackling again, frost the top of your milkshake. Then insert a cute straw of your choice. Now for the candy cane pieces, roll out a thick cylinder of white polymer clay surrounded by white and red snakes of clay. You will have to roll it out quite a bit. Turn it between your fingers to give it a swirl. Bake it according to packaging instructions. Once they are baked, cut them into little pieces. Then sprinkle your candy cane pieces all over your milkshake. Once everything has dried for at least 24 hours, add a nice layer of glaze. Then for the chillaxing hot cocoa snowman, first trace and cut up a piece of foam that will fill in the cup. Then cut out a few pieces of thin foam to fill up the cup and seal it so the resin doesn't drip down the foam. Then mix in some pale brown and red paint until you get a nice reddish light brown, just like a real hot chocolate. Start painting the inside of your cup, leaving a gap at the top. Make sure you set aside the rest of the paint to mix in with your resin later on. Wipe off the excess paint with a dry tissue. Once the paint has dried up, glue the memory foam, followed by the thin layers of foam, making sure to seal off the edges perfectly with hot glue to prevent the resin from dripping down where it doesn't belong. Now let's bring marshmallow to life. In order to save on polymer clay, which isn't cheap, we will make little cylinders of aluminum, which will be the inside of our marshmallows. Make sure all three are the same sizes. Then mix white and translucent polymer clay. Flatten it with a rolling pin and wrap it around your aluminum cylinders. Smooth out all the little imperfections with your fingers and by rolling it on your working table. You can then add some texture with a toothbrush. And paint some little wood sticks a reddish brown and glue on some fake sand for the pretzel limbs. Then cover your marshmallow with plastic wrap before making an indent for the legs and arms to give it a softer, more realistic look. Roll a little ball of orange polymer clay and make a pointy tip by rolling it between your fingers for our snowman nose. Attach it to the head marshmallow, then cover it with translucent liquid Sculpey and fine glitter. Bake your marshmallows following packaging instructions. Paint on some nice details with some 3D or puffy paint. Once the paint is dry, you can glue your marshmallows to the cup. Then glue on the arms and leg pretzels. And marshmallow is finally coming to life. Now it's time for the hot cocoa part. We will be mixing 2-part resin. Again, make sure you follow instructions and health precautions. Pour 2 equal parts of part A and B. Then mix the rest of your premixed paint with part A of the resin. Once the color is well mixed, pour part B and mix for at least 3 minutes. Then start pouring your resin hot cocoa inside the cup. Let it dry for 24 hours and you're done! And now for Santa's treat, you will need some natural modeling clay for the cookies and also a good deal of imagination because I forgot to film this part and I don't want to waste this unopened package since it dries really easily. So let's get our imagination going. First, you will need to flatten it to the thickness you want your cookies to have. Then spread some plastic wrap on your clay before cutting off any cookie shapes that you want. The plastic wrap helps make the edges smoother and more natural. Then let your clay cookies dry for a few days until they turned a lighter gray. Paint your sugar cookies an off-white base color, adding as much layers as needed to cover the light gray. Then using a sponge, paint the edges a golden yellow to make them look baked and delicious. Add a bit of rusty orange to the edges to give your cookie more depth and realism. Then using 3D paint, have fun decorating your Christmas sugar cookies. For the gingerbread man, simply paint it a reddish brown, and then using a sponge again, paint the edges a darker brown so they look baked. Decorate your gingerbread man with your fake 3D paint frosting. And finally, add a nice layer of glaze. Now we will paint the inside of the glass of milk just like we did with the hot cocoa. Then glue in a fitted piece of memory foam topped with a layer of thin foam, again sealing everything off with hot glue. Now if you want, you can glue a cookie to your glass so it looks like it's dipping in the milk. Mix in your 2-part resin just like we did with the hot cocoa, adding a lot of white paint instead of brown. Now fill in the glass. There you go, now you have your 3 adorable festive drink decors.
So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I wish you guys some wonderful holidays, and I'll see you guys in the 3rd and last video of the series very soon. So have a wonderful day and God bless you. Bye! So this one will last forever. Well, until I break it, because I'm also very clumsy. So
10 seconds later.
and finally, woohoo! Listen. See, you'll... Ooh!